Well, that was pretty scary shit.
I know, it's scared the crap out of me.
Thought we're gonna have to like last minute cancel.
No, we never do that.
Never do that.
No people found iPhone, Jackie, who I kicked on.
Jackie. Yeah. There we go.
That was one of them.
Well, we'll just do that one.
Let's do the one for now.
We'll do the one for now.
All right.
We'll find the other one later. Well, welcome again.
All through our testicle difficulties,
Yeah.
we're here. Oh, Pat didn't give in on us.
Yeah, he's there. We started talking about at the end of last week, last bat time. We talked about underrated albums, and so I started thinking I'm going through all my list of everything that I can. He was about to send out a search party. I started looking into some underrated albums, and I came up with basically the 80s. Yeah. And like everyone started back in the 70s and went into the 80s and 90s, they did. You know, you count the big one that we've talked about on this program, Kiss.
Yeah.
The first 4 albums, right? The first 4 albums for the Ramones were, they call them the sire years.
Yeah.
And so those first 4 great albums front to back. And then after that, it's like,
man,
it's like you got to produce an album and then you get like 3 good songs out of it.
3 good songs on an album.
You know, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Because, and then I think about like all the influences and stuff like that. Like there's so many people, and I started reading, I got such a vortex over the Ramones and all this vortex, and it's just like so many people are influenced by the Ramones.
Yeah.
But they never had a gold album.
No, they never have.
And it makes you wonder, like,
they never really had a hit per se either.
No, you go to a hockey game and you get that, hey ho, let's go, when they're going to go on the power play. But I bet you over
the 40.
You think over? You're going to think 40%?
I have no idea what it's from.
No, it is. So 60 no.
60 no, correct. No, 40 no. 40
no and 60 don't know.
40 don't know what it is. 60% would know what it is.
I was gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say 50 because
I'm being generous because I'm trying to be generous.
I thought I was being generous with 50%.
I think 40% don't know, and then the other 60 probably do.
Yeah, or have never actually listened to that full song.
Because you're also too, you got like old people like our folks that are probably at the hockey game.
Yeah.
That which wasn't that generation, didn't care about that shit, so they don't know what that's from. Then you got the new kids today that go to the Gap to buy their Ramones t-shirts because it's cool, but have they ever listened to an album? I doubt it. Hey ho, what did you call me?
What did that one look like? What is that one?
I think it was something like that.
Seeing that I renamed a lot of these ones. Is that what it looks like? Is that what it starts off looking like? Yeah, that's the one. What are we renaming this?
I don't know. I think this was Rhonda's pick.
We'll just name it that then, so we can find it.
I think this was Rhonda's choice.
connection here.
Something is happening.
Yeah.
It's okay, Pat. Don't send a search party. We're okay.
Yeah. I think we're having problems uploading this. Failed to upload the video clip. Oh man, this is the worst day ever.
Worst day ever.
Did you guys? Oh, tech freeze. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are having some technical issues today. I think it has to do with the heat. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's the heat.
Yeah, me too.
Heat sucks.
Especially
when you pee and it burns. That fucking hurt. That's not good. Not that I've only heard. Not that that's ever really happened to me or nothing.
What you brought out up an album by Alice Cooper.
Oh, for the underrated ones? That would have been From the Inside. One of my personal favorites.
Yeah. And once again, later album.
Long Came a Spider.
That's
a good one.
I
didn't put that one in there because
we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it. But I thought that one was for when it came out in his career. I thought that was a really good album.
Yep. Well, concept albums, those either hit or they don't.
I think you have to be a concept guy.
I guess, because Lost Temptation was a concept album, and now there's another underrated album.
I think that's so underrated because of the fact that
no one speaks of that album.
It came. No, Hey Stupid was first.
No, yeah, it came after Hey Stupid.
Yeah, it was Trash.
Trash, Hey Stupid,
Hey
then
Stupid.
Lost Temptation.
Yeah, and I think.
And that's when he went back to his darker Alice Cooper.
Yeah, and I think he kind of had to. Rather
than the hair metal Alice Cooper type thing.
Yeah.
The hair metal of Trash and the other one there we were talking about. Hey Stupid.
Oh, no. I don't want that. I remember listening. I have listened to this album.
I actually gave it a bad rap. I always kept telling Barney I hate that fucking album, our little blonde friend. I mean, then once in a while,
Feed My Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's the one song I don't like on it. Probably because it's been overplayed.
Well, yeah, it does. It does open the shit.
But that's one of the Alice Cooper songs I could live without. Like even more than Al. That's even more than School's Out. That's one. Feed My Frankenstein. It's just. It's an okay song, but
I think it sounds better today than it did then.
Well, because they have keyboards on stage anymore.
Yeah,
they've got the guitar players.
Yeah, and it just seemed like 91. When did Trash come out?
89, 90.
Yeah, it was about 89, I think. Yeah, 89. So like 2 years in between tour. It's a little early to be an album in hindsight. Back when I was a kid, yeah, it's like I needed to keep riding that high. It's like, why is there not a new album?
I say every year, why is there no album? Can't wait till new shit comes out. With anybody, and then you usually gotta wait 3-4 years.
Yeah, and then so then people trash on, pun intended. Like a band like, say, Metallica that brings out an album every 6 years now.
Yeah. I mean, it's really the norm 5 years for a
I think it is now. You had Axl trying to raise the bar and making it 20.
But he finally got that piece of crap done.
Yeah.
But yeah, back in the day, though, in the 70s, Kiss did 2 a year, all up until...
That bar was set by the Beatles, though.
What did they do?
13 in 13 in 7 years. 13 albums in 7 years.
That's a lot of music.
That is.
But then again, also, too, no offense to the Beatles, everything wasn't so technological there, so you need to fucking... And now you have to overstop. Let's take the song "Poison." Let's just call up the tab. I'll bet there's like 20 guitar parts on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's more to it nowadays.
Yeah. Whereas if you listen to
the Beatles or Elvis,
the more classic Beatles, not the end, not
Right.
the end.
Beatles.
The early Beatles, not
early Stones.
Or early Stones. We're not talking. Can't always get what you want, or
No, we're talking first way back when they both first started. It was just simple.
yeah,
Even Black Sabbath, for that matter, it took them a weekend to record that first album.
yeah. I heard it was like I heard something like 24 to 48 hours to record
the first Black Sabbath album.
Yeah, and if you know your songs, you should be able to do that.
You should be.
I think so.
You should. I've been.
But then again, I go and I record a bass part for a song, and it takes me 6 hours.
That's right, because even though you've played it 10 million fucking times.
Oh yeah.
We're recording Discard, and there's one part that goes and fucking and the bass has got to go with the fucking kick, and fucking Dwayne was going, okay, do it again. Then play it again. He counts me in. Do it again. Do it again. I shit you not, man. It took like 6 fucking hours. He finally said, dude, you got this one. I said, sweet. I said, that's Pro Tools, right? He's like, yeah. You got cut and paste? Fucking do it. I ain't doing that anymore. I'm done.
Yeah. Because of the fact that, yeah.
One part for like 6 hours. Yeah, you get really fucking sick of it, and you're happy you can cut and paste this shit. Copy and paste.
Yeah. Where that was just my part, and then then you can backing vocals. Fuck, it took hours.
Backing vocals are way after you. You're usually that. But when we did the album too, I remember Todd when he was playing drums on it. Every time he fucked up on it, he didn't want to be counted in. He wanted to just start all at the beginning. So every song we have on our album, that's Todd playing all the way through. There's no stops and pickups, because even if he got all the way to the end and he missed one fucking, he'd start over and play the whole fucking thing again.
You kind of have to with the drums, I think.
And then there's the bass, and then there's the guitars, and that's the thing.
I always wanted to when we did the last song. I always wanted to go back to the beginning. That was me.
Yeah.
I was like,
we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it one fucking shot.
And not only that, because the song I'm talking about is when the last song we did was it's on the Spotify, Waking Up.
Yeah.
I came I was given the guitar, and I was like, oh, they said write something to this. And I was like, okay. And then so I wrote something. It was a little bit different. And so I table, and they're like, nah, that doesn't work. And they're like, you're playing it backwards. Yeah, because there was some walking parts to it.
Yeah.
And going up the frets and stuff, and they're like, no, it's backwards. Play it this way. So much better. All the same notes. So in the same night that I recorded it, I had to relearn it.
Of course, that's what I always.
Probably what led to the 6 hours, because I was just like, because we recorded it the one way that I did it, and we listened back to it, and it was like, no, it just doesn't.
Well, then you had to change it again. Now don't record it, but you were trying to relearn it the new way.
Yeah, I'm trying to relearn it, and there'd be we'd go through takes where it was playing it the new way, and then I'd go back into the old, I'd fucking stop.
Yeah.
Then you gotta rest your fucking hand because you've just been doing this for a fucking hour.
Yeah. It's because your muscle memory just go back to the way you used to play it.
Yeah. So, Ramones. No gold album.
No, which is always shocking. It's always been more of an underground thing.
Yeah.
Which is, and also too, it's one of the things where you're always more famous when you're dead.
Here's the other thing: original members.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with the Ramones, though. You got to think of who demographic. That's a big word.
That sure is a big word for this show.
It is.
Any teachers out there, you would have been proud of that.
What was their demographic?
Fucking angry teenagers.
And what would they do? Well, when we were kids, and somebody had an album, what would we do?
Listen to it over someone else.
You'd record it from someone else.
Oh, you'd
go get a blank tape.
You go get a blank tape, and you go sit over at Ben's house or your house or Dom's house or my house,
and
you put it on and you fucking, while you're listening to it, you just throw the tape in the other side, hit record.
Yeah, and you'd go tape to tape and you'd record it. That is probably why they didn't have a gold album back in the day.
Yeah,
because
we bootleg.
Because everybody, when you're talking like their demographic, there's that word again, is the punks.
Yeah.
They didn't have jobs.
And back then,
So you know
I guess
what I mean?
when we were kids, but back when they were kids, back when they started, there was no real punks yet. They created them.
Yeah, so we're talking.
They'd just be fucking.
And back then, also it was LPs. There was
That's
tapes.
right.
The tapes didn't come out until
late 70s.
Early 70s, I think it was.
Because that's when the 8-track tape came out.
The 8-track was in the 70s. Was it
the 60s too?
There were those in the 70s.
I know it was the 70s. My brother had brother Trevor, he went to the flea market, he got an 8-track of a fucking rock and roll over.
I remember you showing me that, and I was
like, that's awesome, but we have nothing to play it on.
Yeah, it was, cassette tape. It was, wow. So if you think of the compact cassette tape, as it was called.
That's what we were used to.
Yeah, because technically the 8-track was one.
Right. The compact tape, though.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they call it.
Yeah, and then you'd have to, and you, depending on or how much you liked it.
Yeah.
Depending on the size of the tape that you bought.
That's right. You always slow it down to make a 60-minute tape last for 90 minutes, but you get shitty quality.
Yeah,
or you just go out the 90-minute tape and copy and be somewhat. Well, back in the day, it would be good enough because tape to tape.
Yeah. Actually, let's see when it just says that it was invented in 1960.
Well, someone obviously do something because when that fucking tape machine ate the fucking tape, let me tell you.
Oh, fuck.
Someone knew something, they slammed the fucking pencil and it not fucking work. So someone knew something way before when.
Yeah. Oh, history.
And that was never fucking good. I always loved that. You go out, you go downtown, you come back with like fucking 10 fucking tapes, and you throw your fucking favorite one, and then dine to get home and fucking eats it. That was a piss.
68. But music. Here we go. Music. Launched in Europe in 1965. It grew, but it didn't grow until the 70s and the 80s. Then the portable CD player in the 90s.
Yeah. I remember I had a shitload of tapes from Dead Set of getting a fucking CD. I'm not getting a fucking CD player. Fuck that.
Oh, yeah, because of the fact that, but then when it did it, and then my brother had a carousel. And I was like, fuck.
A CD?
So I ended up getting one. And same thing. I don't think I ever listened to, after I got that carousel.
Yeah, I did go back to tapes.
I went out tapes, and I stopped listening to CDs all the way front to back. That's when it started.
Right. Oh, yeah, the carousel.
Because you can hit random.
Right.
And I had to get that thing fixed. I remember having to get my carousel fixed twice.
Yeah.
Because of like some elastic or something gear thing that loaded the CD.
I remember I had one of those. I went to A&B Sound when it was the one we got the Kiss tickets and stayed all right. Fucking albums for dun dun dun.
We don't have one.
We do.
No, it wasn't loading.
Was it loaded?
We can try again.
Okay, we're gonna try our character. They put so much work into this.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try one more time.
All right, let's try this.
No, I have.
It's there.
But it just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to load. You know what? Let's try this one. Maybe it's too big. Ha ha!
That's what she said.
I wonder if it's too long. I wonder if that's That's why it won't load.
That one's 4 minutes. Oh, they're both the same. 4 minutes.
Oh wait, we can do this one. I think we'll try this one. I'm just gonna deny.
Which one?
We're gonna share the screen. Maybe not.
I couldn't cast it to over there, could I?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Technical difficulty today.
Yeah, it is a very technical day, as this will be one of the greatest shows of all time. What do you think of that one about while we're doing this?
Yep.
The 1, 2, 10 pounds where 3 have gone.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll try and share it with you again. There you go. The 10 that gotta go, or whether it's sorry. I'll tell you, I could certainly do without fucking ACDC. If it was up to me, they'd be the first on the list, and they'd be fucking gone in a fucking New York fucking second. And I'm gonna add one to that list too that should be there as well. Pink fucking Floyd. They can be right with fucking ACDC.
But these ones are what they're talking, what they're showing is bands that are still going today.
ACDC still going.
Yeah, so
Pink Floyd.
Are they?
Roger Waters.
Well, yeah, I guess that doesn't really count though.
Yeah. Can't you just drag it, drop it onto there?
No. Yeah. So I went with.
I could lose. Not me. I could lose ACDC.
Me, I was just like, I went really hard because of the fact that I said Kiss.
Yeah.
You know what?
Your time is up.
Your time is up.
So it's what you could do without. It's going to happen eventually, anyways. It's just the fuse running short.
Yeah, it is. The fact is that it's still another. I say there's like 5 years to them.
Well, they're still there. I bet you they'll. Mark my fucking words, dude. They're done this reunion or this fucking tour down in New York. Once that's said and done, I'll bet you they do a fucking residency in Las Vegas.
I would not be surprised
because they're doing the same thing Motley Crue did. They're doing a biopic out for next year as well. Well, they did with the Dirt, except they're doing it. It's just the early years, not the entire. Kind of like, I guess it's kind of as Motley Crue went through.
Yeah.
But they skipped a whole bunch of shit. They went through it really fast. 1 second they're in fucking theater, and the next thing they're in Dr. Field. You're like, where the fuck is girls in there?
Yeah.
Right? But they're just going up into, I guess, with the original members. So I guess they'll get into a little bit of detail. But I think what's going to happen is they're going to put that out, and it's going to be on Netflix, just like the Dirt was. And then after they're done that, that's going to get some, like, for the crew, to get some more hype towards them, the audience, and then they're gonna do a residency in Vegas. They're gonna put out the biopic, then the Vegas residency. And this is too far ahead. I can't.
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
They hinted at this.
But what?
The Kiss will go on without Gene and Paul. So is this residency going to be Tommy Thayer,
Eric Singer,
maybe Eric Singer, but I don't Thayer being there.
But or you think maybe it's gonna Eric Singer and Tommy Thayer out, and fucking Ace and Peter by themselves.
I don't think they got what it takes to do a fucking residency.
I don't think so. No, I don't think Peter does. Peter hasn't done anything.
He hasn't. You got to keep going, and guess what? It worked. So here it is. It's a little late.
Hard work into this, so let's give it a watch.
start right away. Heard it from a friend who, heard it from a friend who, heard it from another, you've been messing around. They say you got a boyfriend, you're out late every weekend, they're talking about you and it's bringing me down. But I know the neighborhood, talk is cheap when the story is good, and the tales grow taller on down the line. But I'm telling you, babe, I don't think it's true, babe. And even if it is, keep this in mind. You're taking it in the bottom, baby. That's the way you want it, baby. And I'll just turn you around. I don't believe it. Not for a minute. You're under the gun, so you're thinking in the bomb. You're thinking of your white lies. You're putting on your bedroom eyes. You say you're coming home, but you won't say when. And I can feel it coming. If you leave tonight, be running. And you leave never took back again. Take it up on, baby. That's the way you want it, baby. Then I'll just turn you around. I don't believe it. Not for a minute. You're under the gun, so you're taking the bomb. And how do you guys like the choreography? Just a tad. You're taking it wrong, baby. That's how you want it, baby. Then I'll just turn you around. I don't believe it. Not for a minute.
I think that's the most we've ever done.
That's the most I've ever done because we were discussing some shit. But that was Rhonda's pick. So the next one's going to be our pick.
Yeah,
Back to the old days, good
Yeah.
old days.
we still have another one in from them. They sent us two last week.
Those two, they were both the same.
Oh, were they? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I
didn't notice until now either.
I don't listen to them until now.
Neither do I.
You think they do a fucking bang up job?
I think they do a bang up job to keep it going, checks in the mail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I picked Kiss.
Yep.
It's time to go. I said,
Their last two albums were shit. The real last two
yeah,
albums were
like
shit.
seriously. I could honestly, I look at these 10 bands.
Yep.
As much as I love seeing Alice and like, I think all 10 of them have to go.
Well, they're all going to be gone eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you got a thought there, Ozzy. I mean, he got much more left in him.
He's
He's going to
doing
die this year.
he's doing that California.
He's doing shows. He's just not touring.
Yeah, like if you have I think it's got to be worth his time.
Oh, it does.
And
If Sharon thinks it's worth his time, he'll be there.
yeah,
If your pocketbooks are that big, Ozzy will be.
so
And you know what?
it was really hard to pick three because I would have gone like half of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, but then you got we got the older bands in there.
They're all
right?
older
like
bands.
Alice Cooper. I mean, Alice is still going. He's going strong. He's not.
And
I don't think Alice should go because he goes strong.
He's still going strong, and he still puts on a damn
good show. It's not. Yeah, he doesn't. So Alice should go. Alice should stay. He's earned the right.
So at 70, what is he like? 75 now.
75, yeah.
Last time we saw him, he was about 74. What?
73. Either or. Who fucking cares?
He's in his 70s.
Early to
and
mid.
He put on a damn good show.
That's right. But also too.
But then you put a band like Kiss, which we saw of their opening night of their farewell tour, the end of the road. We saw the first night, and I saw by the third to fifth song, I saw Paul Stanley's voice going down, magically pick back up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there was backing tracks.
Oh, there was.
But there was.
There was.
But
Stephen called him out on it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, if you never hear about Alice doing backing tracks.
No, well, because he's always had the low, raspy voice. So
he doesn't do.
Because when you get old, your voice box, your vocal cords loosen up, and so your big beginnings of Heaven's on Fire, you ain't gonna be able to do that anymore.
I miss the A&B sound in Abbotsford. They had a good metal selection.
They sure did. That's when I got my fucking CD player because I said, "You got any more out? You guys got it?" They said, "We got this whole fucking book here. We can order these in for." They gave me a book, and I started flipping through.
I remember this.
And that's when I saw all of the fucking Blackout albums for Alice Cooper. I'm like, order me in all of these fucking albums. Immediately after, I went to the fucking pawn shop. I got 2 giant fucking speakers and fucking 2 fucking components, and one was the carousel. It wasn't a carousel. It was one of those fucking
the cartridge.
The cartridge. You pull it out. You put like 6-tip cut. You popped it in, and fucking boom. That's when I went to CDs. Is when I got.
I had a 300 disc carousel, and I loved that thing. And then it just got to the point where I ended up getting rid of it somehow. I can't remember how. Because of the fact that everything was. I went to iTunes.
Yeah.
I'm now gone to the Spotify. That was plugs. Don't sue.
But the first one you said there, the
iTunes.
I don't want to say because I want to get it.
Because the iTunes.
You got to pay for that shit, though.
Yeah, now you have to pay for it. When it first came out back, so I'm talking like 2007, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I would spend hours every night.
So it was like a Spotify.
Yeah, and loading in my CDs because I could load in the CDs.
Oh, right.
You could load
I forgot about that. Yeah,
you have to load in the CD to your computer, and then from your computer
transfer it to the iTunes.
Yeah. And I would be doing that for hours, and then from there you could put it onto an iPod. It was a huge process.
It sure was. First world problems.
Yeah.
Now you fucking airdrop everything anywhere and fucking boom.
Yeah. So it's just in. I can find whatever so it's like the day of it comes out. So it's like
I don't know the day of it comes out. You always fucking being in Aldergrove, you always hopped on a fucking bus. To get to fucking Langley or something.
Get to Langley, to get to Surrey, to get to
A&B Sound. It was A&B Sound. Right by the bus.
We went to the A&B Sound of Surrey.
And then we hopped on the fucking SkyTrain and went to Track Records
or somewhere. Yeah, there was.
There was that one on Seymour Street. I forget what that was.
Yeah, that was.
I think that was Track.
That was Track. Track was in between like
A&B Sound.
A&B Sound and Sound the Record Man.
Yeah. Yes. Sound the Record Man. That's
Sound
right.
The Record Man.
He was up a little bit more from.
But it was like 4 stories of like, here's all your rock, here's all your jazz, here's all your classicals, and then on the top floor was like video games, and it's just like they were probably the first ones to start selling the video games, and it was like we're having like a whole thing, and you could go there and you could try the games, and it was just like it was 4 stories of just like it was a damn.
And it was always fucking busy.
Always, all those stores were busy.
Always fucking busy. It's like a fucking giant pit when you're trying to leave.
Yeah, because I go to where I have been to, There's a place in Abbotsford, BC, for anybody that's watching from out of town. There is a Hemingway Books out in
Yes,
and they have a basement, and it's full of fucking records.
it is, and you know what?
It's always busy.
I get that, but if you haven't been Hemingway Books right there,
Yeah.
if you kind of go up the street a little bit to the corner, there's an actual record shop there.
Is there now?
I don't know if he's still there or not or left, but I remember walking through. Because I remember going down and looking through Hemingway Books and looking at all the records they had there and shit.
I go through it just for, I don't have a record player, but I do it to just see what is out there. For the things that I've forgotten, like, because I listen to so much music.
I'm getting fucking records. I'm just fucking sticking them on my wall. Fucking you go to fucking Michael's and you get a fucking record frame. And you fucking just go and buy a record, just slap them in there on the wall. I've got like fucking probably about fucking 10 Kiss ones already and a couple albums. Some of them are not in the best conditions because I catch them at the flea market or something. But yeah, I've got schools out.
I just want to put a gold one on my wall.
Oh, you can make a gold one.
No, that's just it. I'm just gonna paint one gold.
Paint one gold and get a gold record frame to it and put the Electro Jets.
Just put my name on it. Screw the rest of them. Where are we at here?
Oh yeah, those ones.
Oh, Aerosmith.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Because I put Aerosmith on my list, and I was just like, you know what? They might as well be the fucking Scorpions. They came out rocking, and for me, they were more rocking than the Scorpions ever were.
Oh yeah.
And I think of that Toys in the Attic album, and it was fucking good front to back. But then they go right up to 86, I think it was, with Permanent Vacation. Dude looks like a lady.
I thought that was the early 90s.
Or it might be late 80s, I think.
That's when you were introduced to fucking Alicia Silverstone and fucking his daughter from those videos.
Permanent Vacation, 87. It was
Pump. I was thinking Pump. That's right.
Pump was the one that came out after that, and it got really commercial and soft.
Well, they became mainstream again.
Yeah, they became mainstream again, and they I can't even remember a song from Pump to begin.
That's all those fucking videos.
Love in an Elevator. Janie's Got a Gun, of course.
And did you know?
And What It Takes.
Here's what I fucking caught one day. The video for Janie's Got a Gun and the video for Meatloaf's Like I'll Do Anything for Love, those are very fucking similar.
Oh, yeah, I know they are.
The police scenes in it and shit, I swear to Christ, they fucking just, Meatloaf paid fucking Buddy for it just to fucking use the fucking clips. But he'd do anything for love.
Oh, no, it was Get a Grip. Get a Grip was the one that, 93, that's when they started really... That's where we were introduced to
Silverstone stuff.
Yeah. You had the songs "Living on the Edge," "Crying," "Crazy." Yeah.
I do like their remake of "Sweet Emotion" though.
The video was.
The video was cool, but the song's good too. It's a good song, I think.
Yeah.
That's one song I don't mind from Aerosmith.
And that was back in the days of when they were a good rockin' band.
Yeah. From
like 73 to like.
Now Steven Tyler looks like your crazy aunt that's coming to your fucking school play.
I always thought she looked like that crazy aunt that would bootleg for you.
That is the same crazy aunt.
You'd be like 15, 16 years old, and you're
Auntie Steven, I want a bottle.
Yeah, and you're looking for somewhere to drink on the weekend.
Yeah,
it's Friday night.
Go to my Aunt Steve's house.
Yeah, Auntie Steve will.
Auntie Steve will let us drink in there.
Yeah.
I only let them drink here so I know where they are.
Yeah, exactly. she'll bootleg for you, and in her single wide trailer.
That's right. I should wait till your friends get drunk, and whenever one doesn't pass out, she hits on.
Yeah, exactly.
Come here, Steven. Come here, I got something to show you back here. Just remember, I bought you the liquor. Come here.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that movie Kingpin with Woody Harrelson. We need your rent. I would have it.
I now remember what you did. Now I remember that. I was like, I couldn't remember what you're going at. And I'm like, that scene.
Yeah.
I can't remember who you said.
I said AC/DC.
You said AC/DC, of course.
Yeah, what else we got on there? No, I didn't
See,
say
Poison.
I said Guns N' Roses.
See, Guns N' Roses, same thing. They haven't brought anything out since '93.
Oh yeah, I picked those ones: Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, and Def Leppard.
Yeah, Def Leppard. See, but Def Leppard has been bringing out music. I listened to the last album.
It's not that
And
great.
it came out about a year ago. And all I can say is at the end of it, it was like, yep, that's Def Leppard.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but they're still putting out shit. But then I'm on that defense too. I've never been a big Def Leppard
No,
fan.
me neither. But you said they put on a good
But
show.
they do put on a good show. Yeah, you know what? If they were like Rob Zombie and they're one band that you fucking caught because you accidentally wanted to see someone else, you wouldn't be disappointed. I went and saw the show because I wanted to see Poison. That's what I wanted to see. Poison play, but fucking.
See, but then I look at Poison. That's why I said when I looked at this list of these 10 bands,
Yeah.
Aerosmith, AC/DC, Metallica, Kiss, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Ozzy Osbourne, Poison, Alice Cooper, Megadeth, Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, I would be like, all of them just need to go.
They will all go eventually. They're all about the
all
age.
of them, yeah, because AC/DC,
They're about as old as Kiss.
Malcolm is gone.
The main writer.
Yeah, he was the main writer. All you can really do is just copy and paste what you did.
Well,
when
that's what
you
they
were
did.
around.
They made it like another album with all of the songs that he recorded.
Yeah, and yeah, he was probably one of those guys that just kept writing all the time.
Yeah.
And I totally respect those guys. So they probably wrote an album based on what he had. Aerosmith, like I said, they might as well have been fucking the Scorpions. They rocked hard, and then they went into this fucking releasing songs for fucking movies, and they were ballads.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me of when the Scorpions went from like they were kind of rocking to Winds of Change.
Winds of Change. I just don't like them, man.
And I never really got the Scorpions.
I never got.
They
them
always
either.
had as a 10-year-old kid, you looked at their album covers and you're like, ooh, yeah, because they were known for their album covers.
Oh, the album covers, yeah,
but their songs were
But
never.
when you look at them, it's like, holy fuck, that's my dad.
The songs never reflected the album covers.
No. Metallica, same boat as Kiss.
They're starting, when
that
that first song dropped in last November, December, and all I said was, and everybody was like, "This is the song we've been waiting for since Kill 'Em All." I'm like,
it's Hit the Lights.
I'm like, because it is Kill 'Em All. That's why you've been waiting for it. It was just done. They just changed, the tempo of it. Kiss haven't done anything. I kind of like Sonic Boom.
Did you?
Yeah,
I'll give it another listen. But
there was some nostalgic to it with the whole original band and.
No, it wasn't the original band.
Oh, I'm thinking of Psycho Circus.
I didn't mind Psycho Circus.
Psycho Circus. Sorry, I stand corrected.
But did you know that this version of Kiss with Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer has been the longest running lineup that they've ever had?
Yeah, but
No, I never said it was. I never said it was the best lineup. I said it was the longest running lineup.
Yeah,
with a couple of yes, Mr. Stanley, no, Mr. Stanley, yes, Mr. Stanley.
exactly.
We know what that's about.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses played all the hits from '93.
And Axel's voice ain't the same. Well, unlike everybody else, Axel's voice ain't the same.
He did the high pitched thing. I would have to see them, but I'm not gonna pay fucking.
My brother saw him. He said they were all awesome except for Axel.
I wouldn't pay $200 to $300 to see them.
You remember those fucking videos that they used to have? That when the video was going there, how they pop up different little tidbits of information.
Yeah.
There was one I was watching at Guns N' Roses. I think it was that at the end. I remember which one. November Rain or something.
It was of those ones.
Yeah,
yes.
one of those ones. And something popped up that said, I think it was on one of those things. It said Axl Rose was able to, back in the day, was able to get his voice higher than Beyonce.
Pop-up video, yeah.
Yeah, pop-up video. It said he was able to get his voice higher than Beyonce and lower than Barry White. He had that whole fucking range.
He had a good range.
But it doesn't last forever.
It doesn't last forever. And this is why they brought him out on tour, and it ended up failing bad. He said that when he saw Mike Patton, Faith No More,
Axl said this.
Yeah, he said that is the future of rock and roll because of he saw Mike Patton's range. He's got a huge range.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said something like 8 octaves or something like that he can do. So they had that big mega tour. It was Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Faith No More opened. Faith No More hated working with fucking Axl. It was one of those things of they never interacted with him after the first day. Went on, played their show, got off the stage, on the bus. We'll see you at the next city.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard fucking Paul Stanley was at one of their shows once when they first started, and he was telling Slash he knows where you can get some cheap guitars and shit. And so then they went on the stage and played, and they sucked apparently, and they were fucking saying Paul Stanley was wrecking their fucking sound. And then fucking Slash came up to him. Oh, yeah, it's from his book. And Slash came up to him and said, "Hey, where can I get this cheap guitar?" I said, "Go fuck yourself. You just told everybody I'm screwing with your sound to make you sound like shit. Why are they fucking help you out?"
Wow.
Paul don't like anybody anyway.
So Motley Crue, enough said.
Yeah,
you called it a day.
They could go.
You saw dollar signs and you came back. We all know that Motley Crue wants the money.
They could go.
Ozzy, he
is going.
He does one show a year now.
One show a year. Well, he ain't gonna make it past 2023.
Poison,
mark my words,
hasn't brought anything out the last 20-something years, yet still keeps touring, still keeps playing. Look what the Cat dragged in.
Yeah, and open up and say,
yeah,
Well, because that's those are their big. That was the big 2 albums.
Yeah, the first 2 albums were huge for them, and then when you get into personnel changes, people stop caring.
Yeah, like that other one, the Flesh and Blood. I think that was when CC was kicked out, wasn't it?
He was there for that one.
Well, and that was done up here, but that never really panned out.
It didn't.
Big. Ride the Wind, I think, was a big song.
Yeah, Ride the Wind. Yeah. Alice, we've talked about him. Megadeth. I gotta listen to that last album again. But it was just there's no. When I listened to it, there was no Wake Up Dead. There was no
special.
There was no Holy Wars. There was no Peace Sells to it. It was just there was nothing special to it. It was there.
Hang on. Go back to the Megadeth. I'm gonna go jump back to. I saw on the face page there the other day. I don't know if I probably gonna send it to you, but I probably forgot. But it was Dave Ellefson, and he was fucking saying on how pathetic it is that the only one that keeps bringing up fucking getting fired from Megadeth or from Metallica 40 years ago. Why? He said it looks kind of fucking pathetic. Let it go.
Yeah. I don't know if it's him bringing it up, but at the same time, or I don't know if it's him bringing it up or the media bringing it up because the fact that they both brought out albums at the same time.
Said it was him. He said it was him.
But at the same time, he has to allow the questions from the media when they do these things.
Yeah.
When they're like, here's the questions we're gonna ask.
That's right.
It always gets approved by.
That's right. Then you go back and you can go edit it or scratch it out or
especially when you've been doing this thing for 40 years. Pull when you do your interviews.
That's right. Or they get a fucking list of questions given to you by the manager.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's what you're allowed. Here's what you're not allowed to talk about. So yeah, obviously the media brings it up and he allows it.
But he allows. That's right. He allows it. So
basically, he is bringing it up.
He is whining about it. But 40 years, let it go.
Exactly, because it did go away. They did tour together,
and they did their fucking little Dr. Phil movie there.
Yeah,
where they fucking whined and cried and held EPs and
that
little thing. Yeah. Well, fucking it's time to let it go, man.
Yeah, and then there's Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. They'll be good. They said they're touring now a lot because they're not going to be doing this forever. They're almost done.
Yeah, so they're on their.
But they know it.
They know it. They're. I guess they're testing the waters with the touring.
Yeah.
I hear they're on a damn.
They put on an awesome show. I fucking love Maiden shows.
So. It's hard to say with Maiden. Maiden would probably be the only one on that list that'd be like, but the rest of them, I think it's time.
It's time.
Like that was a lot. Those are all old bands.
They sure are. Since we were fucking born.
Yeah, like
most of them. Anyways.
Most of them. Aerosmith 70s, AC/DC 70s. Kiss 70s.
70s. Alice Cooper 70s.
Late 70s, yeah. Metallica, Megadeth, early 80s. The rest of them were all 70s.
Yeah, so it is
even Def Leppard was in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
So Alice 67.
Yep.
Please
for you.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. For me, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe it's all for all of you, and then, which is why, for me, I hate to say this, but I didn't want to be like the big tall Indian, his dad.
Yeah.
Being that old guy, getting all drunk and saying, "Fucking."
Remember back when I saw
Zeppelin. Zeppelin's the best band ever. Zeppelin. I don't want to be that old guy that says that band that I listened to as a kid. So yeah. I'm looking for I'm always looking for newer bands to listen to. And then the problem is those newer bands, all of a sudden they start getting old.
That's right. Or they lose their backing tracks.
I don't think I would ever listen to those guys.
No. Who was it? Falling in Reverse?
Falling in Reverse. They were just in the Abbotsford.
Were they?
Yeah. They opened for...
Oh, for Disturbed. Or Megadeth.
They opened for Megadeth, I think. Opening for somebody.
I know they're opening for somebody. I wasn't sure it was Disturbed or Megadeth.
Yeah, and it was just like... They showed behind the curtain.
Did they?
Well, they're the ones that basically started this whole fucking backing track shit.
I don't think they fucking started it. I just think they fucking... I think they just... Because everybody's starting to fuck up with their backing tracks. Because as you can see, technical difficulties all the time.
Yeah.
Imagine a giant show with backing tracks, right? And yeah, sure. Paul Stanley will miss a fucking line. Vince Neil will miss something here and there. But they don't cancel the show because they lose. It seems to get bigger and bigger every time. That's why it gets in the news. Oh shit, we lost the computer. All our music's on there. We can't do it now.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking bad. I don't know how.
Okay, when they do that, when those guys did that, like we had our laptop stolen. Like, you don't have a backup?
Well, yeah. Number one, you don't have a backup. Why the fuck not?
Like you don't have something in the cloud. Well, people can steal it.
People can think anytime.
At any time they could. If they haven't stolen it yet, it's not worth fucking stealing.
That's right. So you'd be fucking.
So obviously they're so fucking stealing.
Apparently not. You'd be honored to have my fucking song stolen.
I would fucking love if somebody stole a song from me.
So would I. That'd be awesome.
It would be. Like, yep, it was good enough to steal.
Now it's a lawsuit. All right.
Now I can sue somebody.
How about the lawsuit?
Spend the whole day in court. after all the fucking class action guys come after me, and then I'll be like, no.
Yeah, we'll get some money from these guys to steal my song, and then we'll get together and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll divide it all up between all of you.
Yeah. You can all we can divvy up the 10. Because that's all I got. Yeah. Another great show.
Is that done?
That's done.
Fuck me. We talked, but we didn't talk to Pat much this time.
He was watching Jeopardy Masters.
Jeopardy Masters?
Yeah.
Because
he was quite concerned. He left a message.
I know he saw that. He's about to sell the street. Well, right there.
No, but there was a. I'll show you this one. It's Monday. Do I need to send out a search party? Or are you also watching the Jeopardy Masters? Which is why I posted the picture of it came up that they asked a question about Vince Fernier.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I thought that was so for this show that, Alice Cooper and he's laughing about it. That there's a question on Alice Cooper. And I thought, you know what, that's fitting for this show. I don't know, it just popped up.
It did make sense. Oh, you know what else I did this weekend? My brother sent me this website where you can go on there and you can stream movies off of it. And you don't have to have a VPN or nothing because you're streaming it. You're not downloading it, so it beats all the laws. It's the loophole. I watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey last week. Fuck me, that was so cheesy, but it was so good at the same time.
I've heard that it was total cheese. You're gonna have to send me that link.
I will. And lots of other movies in it too.
No, because I've been wanting to see that one for so long. I heard that they made that movie for $100,000.
Yeah.
That maybe they blew their budget on one scene.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give it away, but it has something to do with an eyeball.
I can't remember. I watched it. It was so late in the day. I went to sleep. But it was fucking good though, because I just watched Evil Dead, the new Evil Dead movie off of it. And then I went to Blood and Honey after.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch.
Give the link to the place.
I've been wanting to watch Blood and Honey. Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet. I've been wanting to watch that one. I think that's about it for
Cocaine Bear. Yeah, Cocaine Bear's on there. Blood and Honey's on there. Yeah, whatever. I'll send you the link. You can go down, watch whatever you.
Maybe we'll show it on here too.
Yeah, you just fucking fucking stream it off your phone and then transfer it to your TV.
I know how to do that. That one I know how to do.
My TV, it's not smart, the one downstairs. So I got my Xbox. I figured out how to make that fucking work. Anyways, that's that.
That's that.
You're welcome. We were a bit late, but
we're a bit late. We still put out an awesome show. I think next week we'll talk about. I think we talked about it, but it was like almost a year ago now.
So we don't remember.
No, I kind of remember. That one you sent me about bands.
The bands
that do pop covers.
Oh, the bands that do pop covers. Yeah, we did do that one. I thought you were going to talk about the band album covers.
We can do both.
Yeah, we'll do
we
both.
Talk fast.
So we do band album covers if we get through the rock song shit. I know we've done that before because I remember fucking talking about Manson and a bunch of his shit. He's done.
Well, we talked about a lot of the time. Covers are, they're pop covers.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Keep that finger up there.
See you Monday.